This historic March heat wave is, well, heating up again. Today, Denver hit 81 degrees, and that's just the start. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kim Christensen.
And I'm Kyle Clark. So when was the last March when we were like, you know what? Let's just take the dog to go hang out by the water and cool off, you know? And this heat is obviously coming so much earlier in the season than we're used to.
And that's leading to lots of conversations about water restrictions. Denver Water is already looking at further limiting outdoor watering this year, something they haven't done in over a decade. Let's begin tonight with 9 News meteorologist Chris Bianchi and that toasty forecast.
Yeah, and it's hard to believe that 3 days ago we had a couple inches of snow here in Denver. Just 2 mornings ago, remember Monday morning, we dropped down to 5 degrees at the airport. We topped out at 81 degrees. That means that we had a 76-degree temperature swing in just 62 hours, about 2.5 days. In Fort Collins today, we topped out at 84, warmest March temperature on record, and records of Fort Collins date back to 1893. So warmest March temperature in 130 plus years of record keeping, and it's still mild. Look at this here, folks. It's 9:36 p.m. on March the 18th, and it's still 70 degrees downtown Denver, 40s, 50s in the mountains for the most part. Those temperatures that will drop down to the 40s tonight, but tomorrow we get even warmer, and then on Friday even warmer than that, and Saturday even warmer than that. I'll show you that full 7-day outlook in just a few minutes.
A big decision about Denver's scooter program is on hold tonight.
Yeah, City Council is considering replacing Lime and Bird scooters with just one company's personalized death rockets on the streets. 9 News reporter Ria Jaz along now to explain the delay in this. Ria?
Yeah, tens of thousands of people rely on those low-income access programs through Lime and Bird, and for some people, scooters are their main mode of transportation. People are concerned that they're going to lose access through this transition, and today, City Council members said they're not ready to move forward.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee.
Standing room only.
And we have some folks in 431 in the overflow room.
For a Denver Transportation Committee meeting?
It's very rare to have, especially for committees.
The point of this meeting was for Dottie to present a plan to move forward with the 3-year contract, replacing current scooter operators Bird and Lime
with the VO Access Program
with a single company, VO.
Bird and Lime's contracts end on May 16th. We're going to start VO on May 1st. So we're going to have half a month of transition time.
Hi, I'm Colby Campbell. I'm a Lime Access user.
Many of the people in the audience were low-income riders on Lime and Bird's Access Program.
I use it weekly, let alone every day.
So that's helped me keep a job that I was working after the hours of public transportation.
They showed up asking the city to slow down.
I think an extension for 12 to 18 months.
12 to 18 months.
For at least 12 to 18 months.
All of this is unprecedented.
Zach Williams is with Lime. He says they have 30,000 riders enrolled in its affordability program in Denver.
Our plea to council is to make sure that they protect these riders and give us time for a reasonable transition, which frankly cannot happen in the span of 2 weeks.
Dottie says extending contracts will cause confusion. Council members questioned why they haven't seen key documents behind the decision, including the scoring, basically how the city evaluated each company and why VO was chosen over the others.
So when I asked for the scoring, you specifically said we can't see it at City Council. I don't vote on a scope of work. I vote on a contract. And I need to see the contract, and I want to see the scoring.
Yeah, it's certainly unprecedented for scoring not to be shared.
I don't feel confident that this is ready to go to the floor.
Council members unanimously voted to hit pause.
When you see that many folks who have shown up in the middle of the day, I think it's incumbent upon council members on this committee to make sure that we take our time. It's a no-brainer for me.
We have also filed multiple records requests for those documents, and now Dottie is saying they are committed to sharing those documents with City Council before their next meeting on April 1st. So we will be keeping an eye out for that. Reporting live in Denver, Ria Jha, 9 News.
The City of Denver's plan to replace its controversial flock cameras with a system from the company Axon got past the City Council committee today. The new contract would cut the number of license plate reading cameras in the city by more than half. But several council members say their concerns go beyond the vendor and the number. It's not clear if this contract has the votes on council to pass.
We're creating data that allows anybody to be tracked around the city, not just, a plate that we're looking for because of a crime, but anybody. And there has never been an authoritarian government in history that had access to that kind of data.
New contract would let the city opt out of new features like a potential sharing network in the future. Without any additional rules in place, those decisions would be made by the police department or the mayor.
Organizers plan to cancel Denver's annual Cesar Chavez March and Celebration. That's after allegations of abuse against women and girls came to light. And that includes one of Chavez's strongest allies, Dolores Huerta, who came forward publicly for the first time. The New York Times published a report detailing accusations against the labor rights leader who died 3 decades ago. That came a day after the Cesar Chavez Foundation and the United Farm Workers both put out statements announcing plans to cancel events in his honor. Chavez's name is all around Denver, from the federal building on Spear to Cesar Chavez Park.
In your eyes, should that park be renamed?
In my personal opinion, yeah, but I think that I also know it's my responsibility to go to the elders in our community and get their input and hear from them.
The mayor's office says Mayor Mike Johnston and other city leaders will make an announcement on Cesar Chavez tomorrow morning, and we will keep you updated. New tonight, Littleton police are investigating the vandalism of a memorial that pays tribute to the 19 service members killed in Operation Red Wings, and that includes Colorado native Danny Dietz. Dietz was one of 4 Navy SEALs involved in the mission in Afghanistan in 2005. He and 2 others were killed. 16 others died when their helicopter was shot down while flying to provide support and rescue the team. Their story was later told in the book and the movie Lone Survivor. Littleton police say someone stole the eagle from the monument honoring the service members killed in that mission. It's near the statue of Dietz in Berry Park. His mother is devastated.
We, the family that's left behind, have dealt with enough grief, loss, pain, and suffering, and then to have to come here and see that somebody's desecrated something so special to us. I want people to know that these guys gave their life. This memorial here in this park is so you don't forget who they are. And that's most important to me, that my son doesn't get forgotten.
Littleton police say they do not have any suspects at the moment. They believe it's valued around $1,000. If you have information about the theft, call Littleton police. President Trump's pick to replace Kristi Noem as the head of Homeland Security says he regrets comments he made following the shooting death of Alex Preddy at the hands of federal officers in Minneapolis.
Republican Senator Markwayne Mullen had previously called the VA nurse whose parents live in Arvada a deranged individual.
Those words probably should have been retracted. I shouldn't have said that, and as Secretary, I wouldn't. The investigation is ongoing, and there is, like I said, there's sometimes going to make a mistake, and I'll own it. That one, I went out there too fast. I was responding immediately without the facts. That's my fault. That won't happen as Secretary.
Senator Mullen declined to take back his comment that the shooting of Renee Good a few weeks earlier was absolutely justified. Good grew up in the Colorado Springs area and still has family here. Senator Mullen said the federal investigation into Good's killing is not complete. Mullen will need Senate confirmation to become Homeland Security Secretary. Republicans have 53 seats. He needs 50 to get confirmation. He's expected to clear that.
Boulder police are asking for your help identifying a stranger who broke into a person's home while they were sleeping. Investigators say this man tried to enter the home near the intersection of Grandview and 11th, just west of Broadway, several times this month. He eventually succeeded after finding the door open just before 2 a.m., March 8th. The women inside didn't know about it until they watched their camera the next day. Police believe the man used a nearby parking lot to get to the home by climbing into the back and side yards and entering through the door. If you recognize him, know anything about it, call Boulder police.
Colorado's now confirmed a dozen measles cases so far this year. State public health leaders announced the 12th case this evening. They say a person who recently traveled to another state with an outbreak is now tested positive for measles. That person lives in Weld County and is not vaccinated. Public health leaders say the person was hospitalized at one point, but has since been released. It's Colorado's first measles hospitalization this year. And that's led to a possible exposure for people in the ER at UC Health Medical Center of the Rockies in Loveland yesterday and at the facility's outpatient pharmacy today. Public health leaders are saying they do not believe that this case is connected to the current outbreak that involves 2 schools in Broomfield.